Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I've just got a quick unboxing video for you. This item arrived yesterday and it is Enter the Void. So yeah, this is a Arrow limited edition box set and it's a movie directed by Gaspar Noé. And yeah, this is a movie that has been always quite hard to sort of track down on like Blu-ray. I don't think it's ever had an official release here in the UK. But yeah, now we have one, and yeah, it's in this really nice box set from Arrow Video. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll quickly do an unboxing for you now, and then after that I'll sort of give you my thoughts on the movie and also my thoughts on this release and whether I think it's worth picking up. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the unboxing. Right guys, so this is the box set here. So yeah, the first thing I'll show you, as we always get with Arrow releases, I've got the J card, so I'll just bring this forward. Feel free to pause the video if you like. You can just kind of read all the different things on here. But yeah, probably the most interesting is we get the two different cuts of the movie. So we get the UK theatrical cut and we also get the longer director's cut. And there's also a few brand new features on here by the looks of it. Some new interviews, visual essays and things like that. So yeah, those will be unique to this release alone. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, and then we got the box, and as usual with Arrow box sets, they're always really nice, sturdy cardboard. But yeah, that is the front cover. That's the spine, and then that's the back. There's not much going on the top or the bottom. But yeah, I'll just show you what we get inside now. So yeah, so this is the regular case that's inside. I have reversed the art on this one. I think the artwork on both sides, I think it's pretty similar. I think this is pretty much the same as this one. I think it's just kind of more zoomed out. But yeah, I have reversed the art on that. That's the back of it, which is pretty much the same as what you see on the J card. But inside the case, we get some art cards. So I'll just show you them. So yeah, we got this one here. Got this one. This one. That image might look a bit blurry, but it kind of goes with the aesthetic of the movie. Then we've got this one. Got this one. This one. And then by the looks of it, Arrow will be releasing Desperado. Haven't seen this movie in a very long time, but yeah, I'll definitely be picking that one up. So as well with these limited editions, we always get like a nice booklet. So yeah, pretty thick book. Yeah, cover is kind of the same as the back of the box set. But yeah, I'll just open this up and you can see what sort of essays you get here. So again, feel free to pause the video if you want to read that. But I'll just sort of quickly show you sort of what's inside. So yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with like Arrow releases, Arrow booklets, I'm sure you won't really be too surprised by the kind of stuff you get in here. But yeah, it's all pretty nice. What I always like about Arrow is you always get like a sort of a bit of information about the transfer at the back. So yeah, again, if you want to pause the video, have a little read of that, then please feel free. But yeah, that's sort of the booklet. And then the last thing we get, again, as usual, is we get a poster. So this poster, I think it's pretty much the same as the, the artwork on the case and the reversible artwork. So that's one side of the poster. And then that's the other side. Yeah, pretty much the same image, just looks kind of zoomed in comparison to the other one. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, you get the case, well, you get the box set, the Blu-ray case inside, the poster, the booklet, and the art cards. So yeah, that's the unboxing. So there you go, guys. That's the unboxing for you. So now I'll just give you my quick thoughts on the movie. So I have seen this movie previously before, and as I said, it's directed by a guy called Gaspar Noé, who is a director based in France. He's quite a controversial, sort of experimental director. He doesn't have many movies to his name, but each one of his movies has kind of been unique in its own sort of way. But he's probably best known for directing a movie called Irreversible, which came out in 2002. which was a highly controversial movie for a number of different reasons, which I won't really go into. But he's also directed other movies like Climax, Love, I Stand Alone, and also his latest movie, Vortex, which is currently out in the cinemas, and which, by the way, is a fantastic movie. But Enter the Void is basically about a young lad who lives in Tokyo, Japan, with his girlfriend, and he's basically a drug dealer. But at the beginning of the movie, he gets involved in a drug bust that goes wrong, and he ends up getting killed, and that's right at the beginning of the movie. But what happens after his soul basically leaves his body, but he's able to kind of view the world from above. So he's able to sort of view the world after his death, like how it affects his family, his friends, and he's basically just able to see everything that's going on in the aftermath of his death. But yeah, it's a very sort of experimental, arty kind of movie. Not very dialogue heavy. If you're expecting sort of a conventional Hollywood type movie, you're not going to get that with this. It's very much an experimental one. Yeah, as I said, there's not much dialogue. When there is dialogue, the movie's actually in English. Gaspar Noé movies, they're normally always in French, but this is his one movie that does play in English. And I believe the reason for that is because he wanted the audience to concentrate more on the visuals and not be distracted by subtitles. And I think he just chose to make the movie in English because I guess English is just a more universal language. But yeah, it is a trip, this movie. Think of like sort of the final act of 2001: A Space Odyssey, and yeah, you kind of get a similar movie with this one. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic movie. I don't think it's the director's best. I would probably give that to Vortex. Not Vortex, Climax. Two very similar titled movies. Yeah, I'd give it to Climax. But this is probably his second best movie for me. But yeah, I just think it's a great film. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. So as I said before, there's always something unique about this director's movies. And I guess what's unique about this one is it's basically shot from a first-person perspective. So you got the main character and you follow him at the beginning of the movie when he's still alive, but everything is shot from his perspective, so the camera is basically his eyes. But even after his character dies at the beginning of the movie, you are essentially going on his journey through his eyes. It's all from a first-person perspective. So that's another thing I like about the movie. It's just got that sort of unique touch that you don't really get in other sorts of movies like this, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Gaspar Noé's other movies, Enter the Void, it's kind of been described by him as his passion project, his sort of magnum opus, if you like. So if you like his movies, then you definitely have to check this one out for sure. So what do I think of this release? Well, admittedly, I haven't actually watched the Blu-ray yet, but I have checked it out and it does look pretty good. What I will say about this is this isn't a 4K release. There's no 4K release available from Arrow. It's just a standard Blu-ray. I think there was a previous Blu-ray that you could get from Germany. And from what I can tell, I think it's the same master. I don't think Arrow have done any sort of work on the master. I think it's basically they've just released their own version of the already existing Blu-ray. So I don't think you're going to be getting any sort of upgrade. But from what I can tell, it looks perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean, this release, it does have a few things that the previous Blu-ray from Germany doesn't have. I think the one big thing is the other cut. The German release, I think it only has the longer director's cut of the movie, whereas this has the shorter theatrical cut. And I think the reason why it's only included with this is because from the looks of it, it's a UK exclusive cut. So if you do want that cut of the movie, you would probably have to pick up this version. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of the movie, I think it's a no-brainer that you should pick this up. Yeah, you get the two cuts of the movie. You get some brand new special features. You get a booklet with some essays in there. So there's a lot of other stuff to look at besides the movie. But if you haven't seen the movie before, and it's sort of going to be a blind buy, as I said, it is quite an experimental movie. It can be kind of slow-paced. I personally do like slow-paced movies. I like to be slowly immersed in them. But you know, it might be a risk if you're seeing this movie for the first time. But as is the case with Arrow, they always release movies in like limited edition versions, and then a few months down the line they will release like a standard version without the box and all the posters and stuff. So if you're not too sure, you can always just wait until you get that. But yeah, it's not really like I guess it's not like the most flashy of new releases from Arrow. It's not like a 4K. It's not like a brand new master or anything. It's basically just a previous Blu-ray that they've just kind of, you know, put their own touch on. I know in the last few months, Arrow have had a lot of like issues with some of their latest 4K releases, like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, 12 Monkeys. I know Donnie Darko. I think that was like a couple of years ago now. And I know like the quality control issues have kind of been at the forefront, but I don't think there is anything wrong with this release. As I said, I think it's taken from an already existing master from a previous Blu-ray, so I can't see there being any issues with this. If there is, I'll eat my hat. But yeah, I know sort of like confidence with like new Arrow releases is a bit low at the moment, but I'm pretty sure this one will be fine. So there you have it, guys. That's my unboxing and my thoughts on Enter the Void, the Arrow limited edition box set. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this movie or if you've picked this movie up, if you've picked this release up. Yeah, love to hear your thoughts. But until then, guys, I will hopefully see you all on the next one. So yeah, take care, guys.